Hello everyone and welcome back to the YouTube channel, Dylan's Vlog. If you want to build the Kullen 6-drawer dresser from IKEA without instructions, keep watching. Alright, so this stuff comes in 2 boxes, and the first thing I want to do is you to get out all the pieces and separate them by what the pieces they match up with. So there's one of these big long pieces. There's a few of these little white pieces, a couple of these, one of these, some of these, you know, these are little drawer pieces. Just match everything up with where it looks. The organization on this is key, and I promise you it will make everything so much easier. Also, open up that crazy bag of all these little goodies and separate everything into piles, into separate piles. So be careful with these. There are smaller ones and bigger ones. You can see a little difference, and keep all the nails and stuff in the packages. Just makes it easier. All these, everything's separate. The only tool they give you for this is this little thing, which you only need for these 2 bolts, so it's not a big deal. You will need a drill or a screwdriver, Phillips head. Probably Phillips 1 is what I'm going to use, because you'll be screwing in these little guys and they are small. And yeah, I'm going to use a drill. If you have a drill, make sure you keep the power level low on 1 so you don't blow through your IKEA stuff, and a hammer, because there is some nailing in it and some wooden pegs that you'll need to knock in. You could also probably use a mallet, and you can just chuck those because you got me. Alright, so the first piece we're going to start with is the thickest piece, and it has the most holes, and it has this notch at the end down here, and I want you to keep it orientated the same way I am, so keep it up in the corner. You're going to need 3 of these white pieces. There's 12 of them total, and these are just going to pop right in to here. Then you're going to need 2 of the little screws. There's only one kind, so you can't mess this up. And they're going to go in both ends, like so. Nice and easy. And you're going to drill those in, right in the ends. There's little holes. Nothing crazy. Just put them in the best you can there. Do that there, here, and here. Little tip here, if you're having problems getting these things in the holes, grab you a little mallet and just get them lined up and tap them in. Some of them are a pain in the butt, but it's okay. Don't freak out. You can do it. So then, after you have these 3 in, which I would suggest tapping them with a mallet to make sure they go down smooth, nice and level, and then you flip this bad boy over, and we're going to do the exact same thing on this side. So you'll need 3 of these again, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and you'll need 6 of your little screws, and you're going to do the exact same thing. Okay, so now that we have these on both sides, we have the notch up here in the corner, and you can see here there's a big hole and a smaller hole. In that smaller hole, you're going to put one of these bad boys. It's going to be a pain to get started, but just take the old drill to it and put it in right there. And there's only one of these on this side, and then we're going to flip it and do the exact same thing on the other side. Okay, so now I have it flipped, so my notch is on this side, and there's the big hole, and there's the littler hole. And with these, little side note, they only thread in that far, so they stick out a lot. So I know sometimes people are like, well, maybe it didn't go all the way in. Now, they don't really go very far. They go to that right there, and they're done. So it should look like this. Alright, so next you're going to want to grab these 2 pieces with the 2 holes on the open end, And then on the ends, they're gonna have 2 and 1. There's 2 identical pieces. Grab both of them because we're gonna just knock them both out at the same time. And you're gonna need 8 of these little wooden pegs. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna hammer them in to these end holes. So not these holes, leave this one open. Just the ones on the main end, on both pieces and on both sides. Like so, and like so. And we're gonna tap them in with a mallet really easily. Make sure you don't break them. If you do, I'm sure there's a couple extras in the bag. But so it should be like that, okay? And we're gonna do that on both sides. So this side, and come over here and do the exact same thing. Do not, I repeat, do not put one in the hole that is with this hole. That is separate, okay? So I tap them in pretty far till they stop basically, but that's what they should look like at the end. They should be just a little bit hanging out. Got both pieces done here. They are identical, they look the same. And we're gonna grab the piece that we started with right here, and I will show you what to do next. So take the piece that we started with your notch facing up into the air, with your little gray part sticking here. That is gonna go into this, through that hole that I told you not to put the wood through. That's why we said that. It's gonna go through there, and the wood knobs should line up and go perfectly into those holes. And we're gonna have that on one side, and then we're gonna do it over here on this side. It should only work one way, but just to be clear, these need to be where you can see them. Okay, like so. And then we'll just apply a little pressure and push those in for now, and I'll show you what's next. All right, so once you have those pushed in, you should see the little screw top sticking through there. Grab 2 of these bigger, I don't know what to call them, but they're like a thread locker, like they lock the screw in. So you're gonna see where that has this little arrow on there. You wanna point that towards the screw head and push it in, and it should go all the way down. You're gonna need a flat tip screwdriver. Push it in there until it sinks in like that, and then turn it. There's an arrow showing you, but righty-tighty until it stops. And then repeat on the other side. So we see our little thing. We got our little arrow. We push that in. It goes down. And we tighten it until it stops. Great job. If you're with me so far, you're doing great, and I can assure you that you are gonna easily finish this. So this long piece is the next piece we're gonna be messing with. It's just it's the longest skinny piece that there is. And we want it with this hole up, and we're gonna get one of these again, and we're just gonna thread that into this hole with your drill or screwdriver, okay? So do that. All right, so with this piece still up that we've already been working on, and this piece screwed in, and note the holes are facing me, you're gonna take this and put it in the notch, like so, like this. Make sure these holes are facing you. That is the bottom. If we want to put feet there, that make it slide easy. Once that's balanced there, you're gonna come underneath, and it might be hard to see here, but there's another one of these things, and we're gonna take another one of these big lockers, push it in there, take your flat tip, and turn that until it locks nice and tight. And that should lightly secure your piece onto the top here. All right, now grab your mallet or hammer and 2 wooden pegs. And what we're gonna do is come to the end of this long piece, and only in the big hole, we're gonna put the wooden pegs. These don't fit for a reason. They don't go there. So just one on this end and one on the other end. Like so. All right, and we're gonna tap those in, or you can push them in with your hands most of the time. All right, so I've taken this piece and sat it over to the side. We're done with that for a minute, and we're gonna go to these 2 pieces. And I want you to very carefully make sure that your orientation matches mine. These 2 pieces have the most holes on only one side, and the other sides are blank. They do have like one little hole down there. But I want you to have it where these biggest holes are at the top, or closest to you, as I'm saying now, and that these holes, the sets of 2s, are on the outsides. And you'll see that the outsides here are painted and that the insides are not. So this is important. Please make sure you orientate them the same way I am. Then grab the rest of these, and we're gonna do the same thing we did in the main beginning of the video. And we're gonna put these in here, 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 and here, and you're gonna use the rest of your screws. So see, just like that, off our part tray, we've already got rid of all of these now, and all of these screws. So you're doing great. Go ahead and screw all these in, and I'll show you the next step. All right, so you got those all in, and a tip on those, I absolutely was marking them with the mallet, hitting these hard to get these in, and I'm not worried about breaking anything. I mean, you can hit these good to get them in, make sure they're nice and flush before you start screwing in. Then you're gonna grab 2 of these things again, and here in the, see how the big holes, little holes, we're gonna go into the little holes on both of these, mirror image of themselves, and this just cuts our work down. We get 2 things done at once around here. Drill those right in. Oh, feels so good when things just come together. All right, so I had to upgrade to the bigger table, brought back the original piece, and those 2 end pieces we just did, right here, boom, and you're gonna fold them up and make sure that this side is the blank side, obviously, maybe not obviously, and we're gonna run this into that same hole, and we're gonna put that wood into that hole, and this one into this one, and this one up here into this one, and it will all line up perfectly and push right into place like so. And we'll do that on both sides, so your total product is this right now. Boom, boom, boom. So then grab your flathead screwdriver and 2 more of these big locks, and we're gonna put one here and tighten it up until it stops. Go to the other side, do the same thing, right there. Stops, boom, nice and tight. Make sure these things are really tight. Like, you want them all tight as you can get, nice and snug, you know. Then we're gonna grab the 2 black bolts, the only 2 that came in the pack, and and the little tool that it came with here. And we're gonna go to the end. Look how nice it's looking. And we're gonna put that right in here. And we're going to tighten it up, but not all the way. Why? We'll find out later. And just go ahead and put this one in. And I'm just going to go to right there for now. And then we're going to do the other side, the same thing. Right there. This little guy in there. Little twirly twirl. And I'm gonna leave a little meat hanging off. All right. Okay, so then you're gonna grab the 6 pieces that look like this with 2 holes on each side, paint it all the way around, and you're gonna grab 24 of these wooden pegs, and you're gonna put them into these holes on the ends. 2 on each side, and make sure you tap them down with a hammer to make sure that they are down as far as they will go. You want the minimum amount sticking out like that. And we want to do 2 like this on all sides where they look like this. Okay, on all of them. So we want all 6 looking exactly the same. Okay. Okay, so then we're looking down at our cabinet here, and what we want to do is take these, put 2 of the wooden pieces in on one side, and then push this out just enough to get that back in. And we're going to repeat that with these, boom, 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 like that, and the same on the other side as well. So we're gonna do that here, where we put these here. Bye-bye. There we go. And here, move this out just enough to get that in. And that is why we did not tighten that all the way, because if you tighten that all the way, this is much more of a hassle. So once you get these in, here, 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 3 on this side, 3 on this side, I will show you what's next. No big deal. And after we get those in, we can go ahead and tighten these down all the way. That way that this is nice and secure. Okay, so this is what we're working with now. We got all 6 of these in, lined up. Take our little, this guy here, and we're gonna go ahead and tighten this all the way until it's nice and flush. And that's gonna pull all this really together nice and tight. The tighter you make everything now, the longer this will last you. If you've bought IKEA furniture before, you know this, because I have drawers and dressers and things that have, if we haven't did it right the first time, we have to go back and tighten it up later. So, boom, boom, boom. We got those nice and tight. And look how good this is. Look how much work you've already completed. And we're like halfway done. It's all good. Yeah. So then grab 6 wooden pegs, and we're gonna put them in on, we're on this side still, where the big holes are here. Okay, in the middle, and the big holes are here. We're just going to the outermost corners. So this one, this one, this one, this one, and we'll tap those in with a little mallet here in a second. Okay, no frets, no frets. We got it. Alright, so after you have those 6 pegs in, like so, you still got this. We're gonna take this super long piece, which is the top, and we're gonna grab 2 things. We're gonna grab this little kit with the anchors and the brackets. And just so you know, this is to mount it to your wall in case you have kids or anything, so that way that this does not tip. And keep this orientation the same as I have it here. So a hole in the corner here, big hole, and down here they're not in the corner, they're off the corner. Okay, same here, big hole in the corner, not in the corner, painted front end, unpainted back end. Okay, we're gonna take, and you can see this little mark right here, that's where they want you to put these. So you're just gonna lay that there. So take these little brackets and put them right here where you can see that hole right there. And then we're gonna dump this out. These are for mounting it to the wall. So the big screws and the anchors and 2 of the washers you do not need right now. You can save that. And then we're gonna take these, we're gonna take this, put it through here like this. Take this, put this here, and screw it in here. Okay, when you do that, make sure that you don't do it too tight yet, but have this flush in the back where it goes like that. That way when you put it up against the wall, you will screw through here into the wall. And then we're gonna do the same thing on this side back here with this small screw washer right there, flush in the back, boom. All right, then we're gonna take 6 of these and we're gonna put them into all of the 6 small holes on top, not the big ones. So there, there, here, and tighten those up with your drill. And 2 on the end here. Oh. Life's so good without instructions. So when you're done, it should look like this. Boom, boom, bracket in the back. Boom, 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 bracket in the back. If it looks like that, and this looks like this, well, you're doing a hell of a job. So I stood this piece up the biggest piece that we've been working on. I have the back facing me. This is the back of the dresser. This is going to be the top of the dresser. We're going to take this top and place it on here where these wooden pegs go into these big holes, and these little metal ones go through these smaller holes. And then we're going to grab our locks and we're going to lock them in. And we're going to have the top on this, and it's going to really start looking like a dresser. I'll show you what that looks like in a second. All right, so I got this side on. Make sure you have the unpainted side in the back and your brackets in the back as well. We're going to line these up. You have to do the ends first, obviously. Maybe not obviously. We're going to get these little guys in there, and then, boom. Dang, that looks good. All right, so grab your flathead screwdriver, grab all of the rest of these big ones, and don't drop them. Don't drop them because there's no extra ones of those. And we're gonna take these and do the same thing that we've been doing, where we take it in here to the hole, push it in, and then take our screwdriver and tighten it up nice and snug. And there's one there. There's one up in the front up there. There's one on this side, one up there, one here, and one here. So it's 6 total ones to do. After you do that, we'll be good and secure, and we'll move on to the... Okay, so I laid the dresser down, face down, so the back is facing up towards me. I have an actual hammer, this little thingamajig, pack of nails. These are just straight nails, no threads, just nails. And these 2 pieces that fold open like a book, and they have the notches out of the top. So what you want to do is open this up and put it on here like so. And you want it to be in this gap. There's like a little lip here. You want it to fit down in there nice and snug on all these sides. And there should be an opening here for the bracket to mount to the wall. Okay, everything else should be covered. And we're gonna do the same on this side. Take our stuff here, take this bad boy, and boom, boom. We're gonna do the same thing. So we're gonna put it up in the gap, and it should all fit together perfectly like this. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna use this is a guide. So you're gonna put your nail in there in that little round holy spot right there. And what it does is when you push it up against the side, like so, and you hammer the nail, it makes sure that it goes through straight and that it goes through in the correct area. Now you can put all these nails in if you want. I normally don't do all of them, but I do 4 on each side. I'll probably do 8 across the top. And I'll probably sling a couple in the middle right here to hold it on nice and tight. So we'll slap in some nails and get this nice and secure, and then we'll move on. Okay, so I just wanted to demonstrate how the guide works. So you put your nail in like so, put it on here, and tap it in. And then once it's in, just finish the job. It's nice and easy. So just do that all the way around, okay? So I got my nails in. I just did 1, 2, 3, 4 up the side, 4 across the top of each one, and in the middle, this is how you do it. Keep it close to the crack. 2, 4. You can use all the nails, but I'm telling you from experience, these things are not coming off with how many I got in there, and it saves you a little time. All right, so then we're gonna grab all 6 of these and your mallet, and at the bottom here, you're gonna see sets of holes. Boom, boom, there, 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 here, here. Go ahead and put these little pegs in the holes and hammer those in. And those will be your anti-scratch sliding floor things to keep your floor from getting scratched and being able to move this thing around. So hammer all 6 of those in, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and we'll move on. So once you get those in, they look like that. Good job. All right, so you have built the dresser. All that's left is the drawers. So we have 2 skinny drawers, 4 wider drawers, and a whole lot of these pieces that are all really confusingly similar. These longer pieces are the backs. The wider ones are the wider drawers. The smaller ones are the skinnier drawers. I have them all stacked up with the holes facing me, just so I can organize everything, because organization is key. So back here we have the wider pieces, wider, and these ones do not have any stickers on them. And there's ones with holes facing this way, with the trench here, trenches facing up. What I mean by that is that this up with the holes this way. When it's up on this side, these ones, the holes are on this side. So that's because there's 2 sides to each drawer, and they're vice versa. So what we're gonna do, start with these ones, the ones with stickers on them. These have stickers on the back as well. Boom. We're gonna take a wooden peg and hammer it into the big hole here on the left side of the dip. And we're gonna leave this side open because a metal piece will run through there and we will lock it in here. So go ahead and tap in a wooden piece here, a wooden piece here, a wooden piece here. And an easy way to know it doesn't get a wooden piece is if there's a hole behind it like this, there's gonna be a metal piece going through there. So just the wooden piece. And we're just gonna do 1 on each side for right now. Okay, so it should be like this, 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 and this. Okay, now we're gonna go to the skinnier drawer fronts, not the wide ones, the skinnier ones that only have 2 holes. In the smaller hole, we're gonna put 4 of these things, okay? And these are 2 separate pieces. And we're gonna put these in. And we're gonna drill those in nice and tight. Not too tight, but snug. Get those in, started. Grab your drill and tighten those up. All right, so after you have these pieces screwed in, you're gonna grab these right here with the stickers in your wooden piece, and you're gonna take them and you're gonna slide it right on here where you line this crack up with this. This bulkhead comes into there, and on the back side you have the ridge. This is important because this is what slides over this. And then on the other side, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna take this, put it here, and these are opposite ones. So this goes here, like that. This crack lines up with this crack. And then on the back, we have this wedge open here. And that's important because that slides over this. So then you grab 4 of your small locks because you're out of your big ones. And you're gonna put them in and tighten them, or have someone tighten them here who can help you. So you're gonna put the open end on the bottom, push it in, and once it's flush like that, Hunter, go ahead and take the screwdriver and tighten that up.
I'm in the video.
And we'll do all 4 of them on these.
Wow.
And
Do not.
we'll move on. All right, so once you have those all tight and secured on there, you're gonna grab 2 of these white flat pieces. Make sure that the tan side is facing away from you, and you just slide it down these cracks that we've told you to line up perfectly. Oh, like that. And that will be the bottom of your drawer. All right, so we're gonna grab the skinny pieces with the crack and the 2 holes on each side. And we're gonna take that crack and put it right over the bottom of that drawer that we put on. And on the sides here, let me set this up. You're gonna grab 2 of these for each side, these little white nails, and push them through. And once you have them started into the wood behind, you're going to take your hammer and tap those in. Make sure they're started in there first before you start hitting it with anything. All right, Hunter, come tap these in.
Which hammer?
Use the silver one. So this is a real hammer, not a mallet. Tap these in nice and soft. Get them in there. Whoa, watch my hands, boy. And repeat that on both sides and on both drawers. All right, so your drawers should be looking like this. Those, this. These are the two thin drawers. And then we're gonna move on to the thick ones. Okay, so what you're gonna wanna do is grab these bad boys right here. I got 4 of them for the 2 drawers that we just did. And what we're gonna do is flip this drawer over, the completed skinny drawers. And we take this and we put one about center, push it in there nice and tight, and screw that in. And then we're gonna take another one and do it down in the center of the bottom. And what these do is support the bottom so that way your clothes don't, or whatever you got in there, don't break through. So go ahead and tighten those up, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other drawer, and then we're gonna move on to the white drawers. That was too hard to do with one hand, but with 2 hands we got them in there nice and tight. Nice and tight. So you got your drawers like this. Get that gunk off the front of this one. And come over here, watch your head, Hunter.
I'm in this video.
These will slide right into the top. 2 down, 4 big ones to go. We basically do the same thing. All right, so then you get all your wooden pegs. We have all of our pieces sitting up here, our side pieces for the drawers that have the ridges and the cracks. On the 2 outer holes, you're gonna put these wooden pegs, not in the middle, because we got the metal piece here, is gonna go through here. So you're gonna do 2 in each one, on each side, okay? So it's gonna be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, so 32 total pegs. I don't know if that's 32 pegs. Just put them in and we'll see how it goes. All right, recalculation. You only have to do it on the sides with holes, obviously, because this side doesn't have holes. So you only need 16 and not 32. Sorry about that, misinformation. So put these pegs in, tap them in, or have someone else tap them in with a hammer, and we'll move on.
What's up, guys?
It's good to have assistance. 2 heads are always better than 1, and 4 hands are always better than 2.
One tap, one tap. One tap, one tap, one tap.
All right, so after you have all your wooden pegs in, you'll have 1 extra peg. They always pretty much throw you 1 or 2 extra pieces just in case you snap something, break something, lose something. So now we're gonna get to the big pieces here for the shelves. All right, so we go to the wide ones and we grab some of these. You're gonna need 8 total. And there's a big hole, and the little hole. We're gonna put these in and tighten them up with the drill, and we're gonna repeat that on all 4 of the wider ones. All right, so you take these pieces and you want it with the 2 pegs down and the little crack in the back, and you're gonna slide it over your pieces like that. So you have the head in there, this crack lining up with this, and the wedge down the back. Then we're gonna get our small little metal locks, put them in there, screw drive them in, slide the bottom piece in, put these longer back pieces in, and hammer them on, and we will literally just repeat. I'll keep with you for a couple steps and then we are done. All right, so we put the metal pieces in, the small ones, and we tighten them up with the flat tip screwdriver. Take this piece, run it right down here, get it nice and in the cracks there and all lined up. Then you grab your long pieces with the 2 holes on the side and the crack on the bottom. You put that crack on the back, put it right over that, and then grab 2 of those white plastic screws, and hammer them through the sides here. All right, so once you've finished putting your drawers together, once you've done one, they kind of all go together the same way. You take these ones upside down and you grab 2 of these pieces.
That I'm in it.
For each one, and put them like so.
Do I need to put them
And then
somewhere?
one in the back here, just one in the front and one in the back, and you screw them in. All right, so we got all the drawers done. We got this thing together. There's one last thing you do, real easy, kind of tricky. Get these bad boys. Can't leave them out. You need a flathead screwdriver, and you got to put them in these holes on the side, but you have to make sure that your drawers are in partially when you do this, and what these do is secure your drawers from being pulled out. So you just put 1 in, 2 in on each one, and you have successfully done this. So if you made it this far in the video and you successfully built this with no instructions, Hunter, what can they do for us?
Like and subscribe.
Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment if this helped you out. This was an awesome build. I'm proud of everyone that built it and completed it by themselves. Thank you everyone very much.
Leave